Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your buddy Ramalina, Pun Perfector, Toy Collector, and as always, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Of course, it's been several weeks since my last video, and I try to, spit these videos out and, make them in a much more predictable manner. I always try to set aside some time to show you guys exactly what I get each and every week. Of course, I'd be lying if I said that I could fulfill and keep my promises. But I try my best, guys. Believe me. I definitely am collecting things even off camera, even off the grid when it comes to YouTube. So yeah, I try to make these videos, and obviously try to make them not so long where you guys are just tuning me out after like 5 minutes. So yeah, guys, we'll get into what we got today, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you guys keep coming back to see me goof off. So yeah, guys, today I'm gonna of course show you the things that you are always accustomed to, which is me purchasing anything that's anime related. Of course, when it comes to the world of anime and manga, I'm all about it. I try to, collect things that, fit that description. So, of course, as you guys can see, Pops, Nendoroids, those are the things I truly enjoy. So that's my passion. So, of course, now that you're here, let's get into why you're here. So, of course, I was able to pick up some anime-related stuff, but just to switch it up on you guys, I've acquired a couple of wrestling figures. So, yeah, guys, I know typically that's not what you're accustomed to when it comes to the channel, but I wanted to just switch it up a little bit. I've kind of, over like the last couple of weeks since I've seen you guys last, sort of jumped back into the world of wrestling, but not any of the new stuff nowadays. The new stuff nowadays, is kind of like, don't really care for it, don't know who the hell anybody is anymore. So of course, me being a young man in my 40s, wrestling was a big deal in the 80s. So of course, back then you had guys like Roddy Piper, you had guys like the Macho Man, you had guys like Hulk Hogan. So of course, that was like the end all be all. When I was a kid, definitely went to the shows with family. So definitely had figures way back when. So I guess over like the last 2 months, I think I've sort of like rekindled that passion for that old school style of wrestling. Of course, now I'm going to show you exactly what I got. So of course, when it comes to 1980s wrestling or early 90s wrestling, this guy was, a beast. This guy was the man. Of course, this is the Ultimate Warrior. So of course, Ultimate Warrior sort of became synonymous with the brand that is WWF, but of course now it's WWE. Of course, he took off right around the time that him and Hogan was sort of squaring off. So Hogan was basically the man. Hogan was definitely, the person that sort of like was the poster child for the Wrestling Federation. Of course, they needed to sort of like say, hey, you know what, like you're kind of getting up there in age, you're kind of like old news, let's try to find somebody that is exciting, fresh, new, whatever. And of course the Ultimate Warrior became sort of that guy. So of course, as you guys can see, this guy had like long flowing locks. Of course, this the figure itself, the sculpt itself, I mean, I would say it's true to life. Sometimes with these figures they kind of exaggerate what these guys look like, but I think the Warrior in his prime definitely looked just like this. This guy was defined, this guy was ripped, this guy was like a beast. So of course, way back when, this guy was known for his promos. So promos were just a way of these guys sort of introducing themselves and kind of showing you their personality and showing you what they were all about. So of course, this guy was just a just over the top. This guy was a savage, just a madman. Of course, like in these promos, he'd talk about like channeling the universe's energy and how like he was from a distant planet and how like he was just gonna reign supreme over everybody. So yeah, this guy was a total like goofball, but I loved it. These guys are, basically like, I guess, real life superheroes, I guess, to me way back when. So yeah, this guy was bigger than life. Of course, as you guys can see, with this particular variant, or this particular uh, you know figure. Of course, he had the sort of lime green trunks. Of course, he had the sort of knee pads with the sort of logo, the Ultimate Warrior logo. Of course, the boots with the white tassels. Of course, the knee pads had the multicolored tassels. Tassels. Oh my God, that sounded weird. So of course, the face paint on his face basically matches those colors on the rest of his suit. So yeah, guys, this was definitely my boy back in the day. So yeah, guys, comment down below what you think and if you were ever a fan of the Warrior himself. Uh, in keeping with the theme of wrestling, of course, I picked up something else. I went to this local toy shop, so of course I want to plug the local toy shop. Of course, that toy shop is Kojo's Toy World. So it's located in New Bedford, Mass. Of course, I'm a Massachusetts resident. This particular toy shop is like maybe 12 minutes from my house. Definitely a cool little shop. Of course, it's got like retro toys. It's got G.I. Joes, Masters of the Universe. Of course, they have wrestling figures. Of course, I just kind of gave you guys an indication of what I have next. Of course, we have the man, the myth, the legend that is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. So, of course, if you've been living under a rock for like the last like 25 years, I think you know who this guy is. Of course, this guy is now a movie star. I mean, glorified, superstar. Of course, he had humble beginnings. Of course, this guy was I think, the son of a wrestler. Yeah, I think Rocky Maivia. So of course he became, Rocky, not Rock, Rocky. He became The Rock. So of course, this guy was, sort of like synonymous with the Attitude Era. Of course, during the Attitude Era, everything was sort of like exaggerated. Everything was like, no holds barred. Nothing was taboo. Of course, The Rock, at his peak was definitely like, the face of the franchise. Him and Stone Cold and all those guys. This may have been like one of the last times I ever watched wrestling, as a spectator. So of course, this guy was, synonymous with, being braggadocious, being conceited, just being, just an arrogant sort of prick. But of course, he paved the way for a lot of guys, and of course, this guy, just became super famous. Obviously now you guys get to see him in like the Fast and Furious movies. Of course, now he's become a villain in a DC movie, so I think you guys will see him in Shazam coming up soon. So he'll be the arch nemesis of Shazam in the next Shazam movie. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, guys, I mean, this guy is of course, just the fucking man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse my French, but yeah, this guy was the man, and this is why I tuned into wrestling back then, just because this guy was funny. He was ridiculous. He was just a goofball. So yeah, tell me, guys, what you think of this particular figure, and tell me what you thought of me kind of switching things up today. Of course, I'll go into two more things, and then I'll just wrap up this video. But of course, when you tune into this channel, you know that we talk about anime. Of course, you talk about figures, and I have that in spades. So of course, we have another anime figure. Of course, this is Yuji Itadori from the series Jujutsu Kaizen. Of course, this past spring, this show became sort of like the runaway hit. So of course, Yuji Itadori is sort of like the main protagonist. Of course, they deal with he is a student at JJ High School or JJ Tech. Of course, this university or this school of higher learning basically teaches students how to sort of deal with the occult, how to fight off curses, how to fight off any sort of malevolent evil spirits. So of course this guy in the show becomes a star student or star pupil. Of course, this guy sort of takes off and becomes stronger. Certainly, definitely more sort of unhinged. Definitely channels into his given abilities. Sort of this innate ability to basically fight off anything that's evil. So yeah, Yuji, of course, is adorned with this lovely, spiky pink hair. It doesn't look very pink in this side panel, but yes, his hair is sort of got a pink hue to it. So of course, I'm going to show you guys the figure. So of course, this is already pieced together, and as you guys can see, we've got like an action pose of Yuji. So I'll just cover my face. This way, the camera on my phone basically takes a good look at Yuji. So of course, as you guys can see, the action pose is sort of him sort of extending, his right arm, sort of, attacking whatever foe, whatever curse decides to, confront Itadori. So yeah, of course he's, decked out in this like sort of blue sort of hoodie, not blue hoodie, I'm sorry, a blue top, blue pants. Of course he's got, like the red high tops. Of course he's got like this little scarf, that sort of adorns, his neck. And yeah, it definitely captures the likeness that is Itadori in the show. Of course, as you guys can see, he's got that sort of intense look, that fighting spirit that he's known for in the series. So yeah, guys, I'd like to know if you guys have seen this series. I know, as I explained before, that this became sort of the runaway hit of this past anime season, or this past spring anime season. Of course, this guy, definitely is, sort of like the personification of what it is to be a hero. What it means to sort of be like, sort of a noob, not a noob, but to be a blossoming sort of talent, a talent that sort of is trying to channel this inner strength. Of course, this guy, definitely fulfills that. So yeah, guys, if you've seen the show, let me know. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this figure. I like it a lot. I like the way it looks, and of course, he's telling you to pound it. So pound this guy. All right. So yeah, guys. All right. So I'm gonna finish off this video by sort of saluting and praising a friend of mine, a young man by the name of Tyler, was nice enough and awesome enough to make me a little, gift. So of course, I found out, very recently that this guy is a fan of anime, and of course, one of his favorite animes is Demon Slayer. So of course, Demon Slayer, was the runaway hit of 2 years ago. So of course, JJK was the runaway hit this year. Demon Slayer became the runaway hit last year. So of course, we came to this agreement that I would gift him something, and I gave him some Demon Slayer merch, and he was able to gift me this. So as you guys can see, this is a sword. So of course, if you guys have watched Demon Slayer, then you know that Demon Slayer, the Flame Pillar, as he's known, is Rengoku. So Rengoku and him are synonymous with this sword. So of course, this is a katana or a Nichiren sword. So of course, Nichirens are sort of the swords that the pillars, the Hashira, use in the show. So of course, there's 9 pillars altogether. So of course, Rengoku is definitely one of the strongest, characters in the Demon Slayer universe. So of course, my friend Tyler was awesome enough and nice enough to hook this up. This thing looks awesome. It looks just like, the sword in the show, and of course in the movie that just came out. So of course the movie itself was Mugen Train. So of course that movie just came out recently. Well, I'm sorry, last year. At the end of last year, it came out only in Japan. And of course, early this fall. The movie came out here in the States. So, of course, it's just added to the popularity that is Demon Slayer. So, yeah, as you guys can see, we have the kanji here on the front of the sword. And of course, Tyler, in, all his glory, definitely did his best to make this look as accurate as possible. And yeah, it looks just like Rengoku's sword. So, of course, this thing is bandaged in the white wrapping at the sort of base. And, of course, the hilt itself looks just like a flame. So, yeah, I mean, Tyler, you're definitely an awesome, awesome young man. Tyler, I think just turned 14 not too long ago, and just an awesome young man going into high school. So, yeah, man, like I love this thing. I'm so proud of it. I love the fact that you took, time and energy, and you were able to, make me something this cool. So, yeah, guys. If you could, just tell me what you thought of like this latest video. Of course, we switched it up a little tiny bit today just because we showed you guys some wrestling figures. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't, deter anybody from continuing to watch the channel. So of course, I'll continue acquiring, more and more anime related figures. But of course, yeah, every now and again you have to switch it up. So yeah, guys, tell me what you thought. If you liked the video, then of course, by all means, definitely give me a like. If you enjoyed what you saw and you want to give me some input, whether it's positive or neutral or negative, I mean, you can certainly leave a comment. Of course, if you thoroughly enjoyed yourself, then by all means, definitely subscribe and show me that you are, definitely interested in seeing more. So, with that being said, guys, I hope to see you very soon, and I wish you guys the best, and I will see you in the next video. Alright, guys, bye.